Hi, I'm Chad with Move For a Guitar. This lesson is from our series Beginner Jazz Chords. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you diminished seventh shell voicings. First off, if you like all the chord diagrams for this series, including the diagrams for this lesson, you can download our free e-guide, Beginner Jazz Chords, by clicking the link on the screen. So I'm going to show you two ways to play diminished seventh shell voicings, and a shell voicing doesn't include the fifth, so a diminished seventh shell voicing would be root, minor third, diminished seventh, or root, flat 3, double flat 7. And shell voicings work really well when you're comping in jazz or in other types of music, but they're also really useful for using as a foundation to build more advanced chords or add extensions. So if you don't know shell voicings, if you don't know how to play them, they're really valuable to learn, so definitely take the time to learn them. And if you don't know what I'm talking about how to build chords, intervals and chords, shell voicings, you can watch our free series, Music Theory for Guitar, and that's just a free series on YouTube, and I teach everything you need to know about building chords and everything I just talked about, shell voicings and much more, so it definitely would be valuable to you to go watch it if you don't know what I'm talking about. And diminished seventh chords are really common chords in jazz and more advanced music. They're not going to be found in other types of music very often, like any popular type of music or straight ahead rock or anything, but definitely in jazz, more advanced blues, they're used all the time. So if you want to get into those types of music, you definitely need to learn diminished seventh chords and learn them really well. So I'm going to show you two versions of this. I'm going to show you one with the root on the sixth string and one with the root on the fifth string. So the one with the root on the sixth string would sound like this. And that's a G diminished seventh because the lowest note is my root and the lowest note that I'm playing is a G, but all the other strings are muted out. You're only playing the notes that you're fretting. So this is a movable chord. So as long as I know what the lowest note name is, wherever I play it up and down the fretboard, I know the name of the chord. So if I played it up here and my lowest note was an A, that'd be an A diminished seventh and so on. And the way you fret this is with your second finger on the sixth string, third fret, your first finger on the fourth string, second fret, and then your third finger on the third string, third fret. And the way this chord is voiced is root, diminished 7, minor third, or root, double flat 7, flat 3. And if you've gone through the other lessons in this series, you may recognize that this is the same voicing that I showed you for a minor 6 chord. And that's because a diminished seventh is the same interval as a major 6. So double flat 7 is the same as a 6. So if this is my root right here, this interval distance right here could be a 6 or it could be a double flat 7, just depending on the context. So that means this voicing serves a dual purpose. You can use it in a minor 6 situation or you can use it in a diminished 7th situation. So it's really valuable to learn and know this voicing. And that's also because you left out the 5th. So since you know that a major 6 and a double flat 7 or a diminished 7th are the same interval distance away from your root, the only difference between a minor 6 chord and a diminished 7th chord is the 5th. A minor 6 chord has a perfect 5th in it, and a diminished 7th chord has a diminished 5th in it. So that's why you end up with the same voicing when you're talking about shell voicings. So that's one with the root on the 6th string. The one with the root on the 5th string sounds like this. And that's a C diminished 7th because my lowest note is a C, and the lowest note in this chord voicing is the root. So again, all the other notes are muted out. You can move this anywhere. If my lowest note was a D, that'd be a D diminished 7th and so on. And again, it's just the same voicing as the minor 6th shell voicing that I showed you. And the way this chord is voiced is root, minor 3rd, diminished 7th, or root, flat 3, double flat 7. So that's two ways you can play diminished 7 shell voicings. If you'd like to learn more chords, you can check out the rest of the lessons in this series. And be sure to download the e-guide. Like I said earlier, it's free and it contains all the diagrams for the chords in this series, plus the diagram for the chords that I just showed you. And also be sure to subscribe because we had at least one new lesson every day.